Dinner rolls. Like I said, they're easy. We will need a little bit of vegetable oil, a pan. I'm just using this glass loaf pan, which is nice. I'm going to spray the inside, just like that. That's all you need. These are nice. I know how to bake. I like to bake. Make my own bagels. Delicious bread, blah, blah, blah. But these are just so easy. This is what you want. You go to the frozen food section and you get some of these. There's all kinds of different brands. It's dough. You put it in a pan like this. You let it thaw. After it thaws, it starts to rise. You can microwave this for a couple of minutes to get this pan warm so that it throws mild heat right into the rolls. Once they're thawed, once the yeast starts to grow again within the dough, it will make the dough start to rise. Put this back in a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't get freezer burn. The other beautiful thing about this type of dough is that you don't have to use it all at once. You can put it in a freezer bag, Ziploc bag, stick it right back in the freezer. Then you take a piece of saran wrap and you put it on top of there so that these don't dry out while they're rising. Kind of like this one, which I've already prepared in advance. This one rose a little too much and started to fall. It was either that or I warmed this up in the microwave to get it to rise, and I might have had a hot spot there that killed some of the yeast. Doesn't matter. This is what it looks like when it starts and when it rises. If you don't let it rise and you throw it in the oven without rising, you get a situation like this where it just stays basically the same size. And they don't taste that good, but I had to show you. What you want is light and fluffy. The way to do that is let the yeast do its job. If you want these to be nice and glossy, you're going to grab a small bowl, and a paintbrush, nice and clean, pastry brush, 50 cents at Home Depot. I think if you go to a culinary store, you'd probably pay $5. Basically the same thing. We're going to open an egg, and we're going to beat it. Now we're going to brush it on top of a couple of these rolls because I want to show you the difference in the crust when you've gone ahead and made an egg wash. Which, this takes us 15 seconds? Okay, 20 seconds. We're just going to do the big one and his buddy. So the other two won't have anything on here. Let's see how that looks. I also want to throw in a little sea salt. That just makes it tasty. Salt. The flavor amplifier. Into the oven it goes. Beautiful, beautiful! We're still making dinner rolls because I wanted to show you the difference between the different things that you can brush on. This is melted butter, so we'll put it on this side. And we'll see what that comes out of the oven looking like. We're going to do the egg wash, which we already know from an earlier segment, that that's going to make it glossy and golden. And then, let me get a paper towel. Get the residue off. This is our Home Depot paintbrush for 50 cents, as opposed to what you'd pay at a culinary store, which would probably be $5 or more for a pastry brush. They do the same job. Throw it in the dishwasher when you're done. We'll leave this one with nothing on it. But when this is wet, before it goes in the oven, you can put on some sesame seeds. If you got them, you can put on salt, as we did before. You grab the salt. You can put on kosher salt. It's kind of fun because it gives it more of a chunk. It's not a fine powder. These are poppy seeds. Whoops. I guess we'll have poppy seeds on this one. There we go. And nothing will really stick to this because it doesn't have a liquid coating on top. In the oven you go, boys. And we'll see how those coatings turn out. Oh, I wish you could smell that turkey. Let's have a look at those rolls. I think they're done. Come here, little rolls. There we go. Okay, remember, sesame seeds on the left. Let's see if we can throw a little light on the subject. There we go. This was a melted butter. You can see there's not much effect. It actually makes the top crust a little soggy rather than crispy. The egg wash right here with a little poppy seed in it seems to be a little bit tougher. You can see the grains of salt that I sprinkled on there. The poppy seed with the milk right here. I flubbed and I had to reshoot this scene after I took and put some melted butter on this. You can see this roll is still very warm. I don't know why my camera malfunctioned. That was a bummer. But you can see right here, there's no melted butter on that. That's the way it looks if you put no coating at all. No melted butter afterwards, no melted butter before you bake it, no egg wash, and no milk. I would say the milk has the least effect, and I think my favorite is the egg wash. It's easy, looks delicious. Well, you decide. You can do none at all, or you can just, if you don't have a pastry brush from Home Depot, you can just brush melted butter on the rolls when they come out of the oven. Or you can leave them like they are. Doesn't matter. They'll be delicious. Your guests will be very happy that you cooked for them.